cada día. Doy las gracias a esta vida. Para quererte.
If you are tired of endless leg days and still not getting the booty gains that you have been looking for, then you have clicked on the right video, because I'm going to share with you the only 3 exercises you need to get the peachiest bum that you have been looking for. These exercises are tried and tested, and trust me, they have helped me achieve my results. And these are my credentials, okay? Get into it. Your girl has been doing this for the last 6 to 7 years, and I know what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. So first things first, why just 3 exercises? Why not 5 or 10, okay? Why not this long list of glute exercises? And the reason is because when it comes to fitness, it's always quality over quantity. Now, this list is not limited to the exercises that I'm giving you. There are so many amazing glute workouts out there. To be honest, all you need is really about 4 to 5 exercises done consistently, progressively over time. That is it. You do not need to overwhelm yourself with 10, 11 exercises. I remember back in like 2017, 2018, when I first started my fitness journey and I was going to the gym, leg days, I was packing my leg days with like 10, 11 exercises. I don't know how I got through those training sessions. Sometimes I never even finished my sets. I was not able to complete my reps, and it took a while for the progress to really come in. And when I saw the most glute gains was when I took off all of that rubbish and I limited my exercises to just about 4 to 5, about 4 exercises per muscle group. And I was doing that consistently and repetitively, making sure that I was hitting my protein intake. And that is when I really started to see noticeable growth. And that is why I'm only giving you 3 exercises in this video. I'll probably throw in an additional one and make it 4, but these are the exercises that you need, okay? These will do exactly what you're looking for it to do for you. And most importantly, these 3 exercises target the 3 areas of your glutes, being the gluteus minimus, the gluteus medius, and the largest of your glutes, which is the gluteus maximus, okay? So it's important to hit your glutes from all different angles to get that plump, peachy, rounded, lifted shape, okay? I got you, ladies. So the first exercise on my list, if you guessed it, is of course a hip thrust. This is my personal favorite, okay? If you're not doing this exercise, you're missing out. When people ask me my top 5 exercises, hip thrusts are always usually number 1. And a lot of people like to argue that it's not the most efficient exercise for your glutes, but name a more efficient exercise than a hip thrust. Okay. The way a hip thrust is set up and done, it hits your glutes in the most perfect way. And I know a lot of people struggle with their form doing a hip thrust, specifically a barbell hip thrust. Now, I know they do have glute machines, which are really great, by the way. But for me, I personally love doing my hip thrust with a barbell. And the reason why this exercise is so effective is because it just puts your glutes under constant tension throughout the range of motion, especially at the top where you really have to squeeze your glutes. And this makes it really ideal for hypertrophy, which means muscle growth. And when you're performing this exercise, you want to start by sitting on the ground with your back against a bench. Please make sure that that bench is secure. Roll that barbell over your hips, plant your feet firmly on the floor, and you want to drive through your heels in order to lift your hips. And then you're going to squeeze your glutes really hard at the top and then lower back down with control. Remember, the key when you're training, I always say this in my training videos, is to slow and control your movements, okay? It's form over anything. Your technique, your form is more important than the amount of weights that you're lifting. So don't try to go and lift the heaviest, okay? Make sure that you get your form under control first before you even begin to load more weights. Next exercise is a Bulgarian split squat. And I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with this exercise, but when it comes to glute growth, this is a really great exercise for your glutes. Split squats works your glutes through a deep range of motion, giving you that stretch that is essential for glute growth. Plus it targets your stabilizer muscles, which helps you shape and round your glutes. So to perform this exercise, all you have to do is stand in a lunge position with one foot elevated behind you on the bench. Hold dumbbells by your sides for resistance, and you want to lower your back knee towards the ground while keeping your front knee aligned with your foot, and then just push through your front heel, and then you're going to return back to the starting position. For me, when I'm doing this exercise, I like to lean slightly forward just to emphasize my glutes over my quads, and also keep your front foot far enough forward to prevent any knee pain. If you're not already doing Bulgarian split squats, this is an exercise that you absolutely have to add into your glute sessions. And number 3 exercise is one of my absolute favorites. It is a Romanian deadlift, or an RDL. So an RDL is a glute builder as well as a hamstring builder. And I love this exercise because it's easy to set up, it's also easy to do, and it gives you such great results. I personally have seen a noticeable difference in my hamstrings from like 2019 up until today, just doing RDLs consistently. It is the perfect exercise for your hamstrings as well as your glutes. So to perform this exercise, you want to stand with a barbell in your hands or dumbbells. For me personally, I prefer using dumbbells over barbells. And you want to keep your feet shoulder width apart. Push your hips back and slightly keep your knees bent as you hinge at your hips, and then lower the dumbbells down to your legs. And you want to stop just below your knees or mid shin, and then drive through your hips to stand back up. And that's basically how you perform an RDL. Very simple exercise, like I said, with a simple setup. And I'm going to give a special recognition to a deficit reverse lunge, which is one of my favorite exercises as well that I do for my glutes. But these are generally like my top 3. This is the top 3 exercise that I do specifically for my glutes. Now, of course, you have accessory exercises. These are exercises that you can do as a finisher. For example, you have exercises like a cable kickback, or you can do a hip abduction on a hip abduction machine. I personally don't categorize these exercises as like my major glute exercises. Like I said, they're accessories. You can throw them in there a couple times a week. But for me, I like to stick to these 3 exercises. I also do squats, but squats are more compound movements, so it doesn't just target your glutes. It's perfect for just your overall lower body strength size, so it hits so many different muscles in your lower body. So that is also a great exercise. So let's put all of this together. This is how I incorporate all of these exercises into my training routine. Currently, I'm training about 4 to 5 days a week, and I have about 2 glute focused days in my week. Now, you can do these exercises like I do them on one glute focused day, or you can just spread them out throughout your week. For example, if you train legs twice a week, you can have one glute focused lower body day, and then you can do overall leg workouts on the second day. So you can do these exercises in conjunction with, your quad exercises or exercises that you're doing specifically for your hamstrings or calves or whatever leg workout that you're doing. And you want to aim to do about 4 sets of each exercise to about 10 to 15 reps of each, or you can just go to failure. Remember, the key to growth is consistency and progressive overload. I always say if you cannot progressively overload with an exercise, then it's pointless. So progressive overload is simply you increasing your weights, your sets, your reps, and your intensity over time. And there you have it, the only 3 exercises that you need for bigger, stronger, rounder glutes. These exercises have helped me achieve my goals, and I'm sure that they will help you achieve yours. Like I said, it is not limited to these exercises, okay? Quality over quantity at the end of the day, consistency, patience. That is it for this video. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, join the fam. And as usual, I will see you guys in my next video.